What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is the 6th of January, and if you haven't yet, I'll hope that today will be the day I earn your subscription by you clicking that red subscribe button down below so you can get notified once in a while. But most importantly, it just makes finding my videos easier. Since I make so many a day, it's easy to miss one. Now, with everybody at home during lockdowns, during Christmas, during holidays, weight gain is probably at an all-time high. I don't think I would need to research this. It's, people are gaining weight at rates they've never gained before, including myself. I've got a plan going forward in 2021. I'm hopefully going to drop about 40 pounds by the end of the year, and maybe more. That'd be a good start for sure. As a large individual, guess what? I get to talk about this, blue-haired weirdos. The fat acceptance movement is a dangerous one. It is one that teaches young kids that being morbidly obese is healthy and nothing to be ashamed of. Look, if you have a glandular problem or a thyroid problem, obviously this, you're excluded from this. I know I have many viewers, I'm sure, who are overweight too, but I'm also sure my viewers aren't morons and they know that it isn't actually healthy to be overweight. There's absolutely nothing wrong with making, a decision that you yourself are okay with this. I don't think making fun of somebody for being overweight is particularly highbrow. I'm not going to say people shouldn't do it, but I'm just saying, hey, shame is a strong motivator. In fact, self-shaming myself over all the weight I've gained has been a primary motivator for me to try and get back on track in 2021. Ultimately, I don't think overweight people are bad people, obviously. But the people that are thin and telling them that being fat is good for them, they're actually evil. They're actually hurting these people. And we had the absolute morons at Cosmopolitan magazine call what would definitely be morbid obesity healthy. And that's during a time in which, we have everything going on, the coof out there. By the way, being overweight makes you disproportionately in a higher risk category for that, but Cosmo doesn't care because they get clicks. And this article was written by Blair White, and I've also got another article to look at. Cosmopolitan magazine, who routinely features fat positive stories and covers, is facing backlash on Twitter for the release of images that some find inappropriate amidst the lockdowns. Yesterday, they posted their This Is Healthy campaign featuring obese women, morbidly obese women, I will say, that are clearly anything but healthy. Again, you shouldn't hate yourself if you're overweight. Sometimes people just are that way. They're built that way. Or sometimes people are just okay with it, and that's fine. I draw the line, however, using influence to act like this isn't a health risk, especially right now. Social media is questioning why Cosmopolitan chose to publish such a blatant lie while the coof continues to be an issue. It's well established at this point that obese people are particularly susceptible to death when they contract the coof regardless of age. The coof, while relatively harmless to young, fit people, is extremely dangerous to contract if you're overweight. This comes on the heels of singer Lizzo receiving major backlash for sharing her new weight loss journey on social media. The star has milked the, quote, fat positive movement for years and climbed to fame while preaching to love your body at any size. Now that she's likely realizing her mortality and making a change, fans are upset. You see this. The beacon of body positivity is promoting detox now? No, this is so disappointing. My heart hurts with all my fat peers today, even though she won't say it and will probably try to excuse it. I'm sorry that Lizzo did this to us. Truthfully, the fat positive community needs to be shut down, at least for the duration of the coof. Lying to overweight people that it is healthy to be that way is one of the most harmful and counterproductive media messages we've seen since the onslaught of the coof. Blair's not wrong. Blair's absolutely not wrong. This is actively harming people. Again, look, most of my friends are overweight. I live in Wisconsin. I think we're the fattest state and the fattest nation on earth. But if you think that if you think that this isn't going to shorten your life, that carrying around this extra weight isn't putting extra stress on your heart, isn't causing liver problems, isn't causing all sorts of other problems, it's absurd. Now, I'm not saying you should walk around feeling terrible about yourself every day, and most people who are overweight don't, that I know, but they also would never buy that they're in the tip-top healthy shape. Here's this one by Tristan. Cosmo magazine pitches obesity to women despite the heightened coof risk. Cosmo magazine is glorifying obesity again with plus-size models in a feature on body positivity in its February issue. The magazine prominently declares that this is healthy on its cover, illustrating visibly obese influencers for the publication's multi-profile 11 women who prove wellness isn't one size fits all. But it actually is. This is coming from the very same people who say trust the science, which I do. But the science tells you that both of these people are in for a world of hurt. By the time they're in their 40s, they will be at an enormous risk for heart failure and of diabetes and a wide variety of other things. This is not healthy. Healthy can be a loaded word. The Women's Fashion Entertainment magazine opened its article. We asked these women to open about their personal journeys to reclaim healthy as their own. The story highlights several women of diverse body types and lifestyles, each chronicling turbulent relationships with their own image. Plus-size people, often just fat. Look, fat. All right? I'm fat. All right? If anybody calls me plus-size, that's way more offensive. All right? It's like coddling. It's like, oh, you have absolutely no self-control in your life. Okay, well, we're going to cater to that. We're going to call it plus size. No. Big and tall. Look, again, I want to be very clear. There's nothing inherently wrong with choosing to live your life at whatever weight you want to. But it is dangerous to preach to your probably mostly teenage readers that this is any kind of healthy. Plus-size people feel like they can't be part of the wellness space, complains Instagram star Callie Thorpe, who boasts 250,000 followers on the platform. We are trolled for being fat. We can feel excluded from exercise because our bodies don't fit their narrative. Hey, this kind of stuff is legit. Look, when I wanted to get in shape this year, I admit that I'm embarrassed by how big I've gotten. And the idea of going to a gym and have other people look at me is not exciting. Fortunately, I'm in a position where I can buy a Peloton or a tread climber or whatever. I'm looking at a couple different machines. And I can work out in the shame of my own home, all right, with the window shades down. But not everyone can. And you know, that $10 a month for... what's the no lunk alarm place, Planet Fitness and all this stuff? I mean, I get that. And that's a legitimate conversation to have. Thorpe's rejection, while unfortunate and felt by millions more, has now led to the escalation of promoting unhealthy standards to cope with the cultural stigmas associated with obesity. This activism is a dangerous trend bearing poisonous fruit in the ongoing lockdowns and coof, in which obesity is shown to raise people's risk of profiles for complications to the coof. Since everything began, Science magazine reported in September that dozens of studies have reported that many of the sickest coof patients have been people with obesity. According to one study out of August cited by the flagship journal, Overweight patients who contracted the coof were 113% more likely to land in the hospital than patients of healthy weight. Obese patients were 74% more likely to end up in intensive care and 48% more likely to die. Okay? The CDC says more than 42% of Americans qualified as obese in 2017-2018, a condition often responsible as the root cause for premature death, heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, certain types of cancer, several of which account for the most significant underlying conditions for people susceptible to the coof. More than 70% of adults 20 years old or older are overweight. That's some scary numbers. And look, I went through a moment. I was going out to Tim Pool's show, and this is my holy crap moment, right? I had to get a seatbelt extender on the plane. And I was like, okay, like, that's it. Like, no. And with such a huge market of people being overweight, it creates a huge economy which wants to promote this stuff. And again, look, I'm never going to have a six-pack, but I could live 10 years longer if I drop 30, 40 pounds. And that's like what my doctor tells me. It's like, I know you're never going to be a gym rat. I know you're never going to be a size 32 waist, but, get down to like 38 and you'll live longer and you'll feel better. You shouldn't feel bad because you're overweight. I know many of my viewers are just like myself. But the idea that this is healthy is dangerous, irresponsible, and on brand for trash, far-left garbage like Cosmopolitan magazine. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.